Thank you very much for inviting me. So I'll have just 10 slides on the screen, if they're there. But we'll start. So this one is not about marketing professionals, therefore I'm sure we are okay with it. I don't think anyone can be a finance professional unless they have a greater understanding on areas such as manufacturing and marketing. For you to be a good finance professional, you should have a great, if you are working for a manufacturing entity, the manufacturing process will be a critical area. Right, so coming back to you guys, well, how can we, for us to call ourselves a professional, forget about whether it's marketing professional or not, it's a must for us to have a greater understanding on the rest of the areas. There's a nice book that is written, the name of the book is Goal, which proves with some 300 pages, the primary function of the organization, primary objective of the organization is to make money. Well, that's what is coming from the book. I mean, primary function of the organization is not to look after employees, but to make money. If you make money, you can look after employees. Primary function is not to look after the environment, but if you make money, you can do that. Primary function is not to give a greater product, but if you make money, you can spend money on the research and development and you can make a greater product. So therefore, it's critical. There's no discussion at all for us to call ourselves marketing professionals. The greater understanding of finance is critical. So there's no discussion on that. We got to learn about it. There's no option in it. At the same time, me being a SEMA lecturer, for the case study, I have seen, we have 4 sessions every year. I've seen at least in last 2-3 years, every session, we have few marketing professionals coming in, which means things are in that direction. Right. So I'm trying to now see the marketing professionals from the eyes of a CEO, from the eyes of a finance professional as well. The gap that I have seen is, generally, my marketing teams comes up with an amazing number that they want to hit in sales for the next month. However, from the finance side of it and from the CEO side of it, they would like to see what they call a logic in arriving at that number. That's one of the disconnect happens. Marketing team is motivated to hit 100 million, but the finance team work out the historical numbers, product pricing, quantities, and will say, look here, 100 million doesn't seem to be very logical. Unfortunately, the starting point for any organization to be a great organization, to set a target that is impossible to be achieved. To set a target that everyone else think, look here, this is not practical. So where are the right marriage between marketing and finance? Where marketing team works together to achieve a target that everyone thinks is impossible, they are committed to do it, but from the CEO side, the finance side, they might ask for a logic to say, how did you arrive at that number? That simple statement of how did you arrive at that number might be a demotivation for everything that marketing team was planning to do. So I think marketing teams will have to play the game right there as well. Without killing the motivation with the team, without killing the internal motivation that is within the marketing team, you got to come up with a logical way of presenting your dream number. I am sure that will manage a lot of miscommunication between the both sides. And the other thing I have seen with marketing professionals is, I have maybe about 100 people in our marketing department at Danko Tour. Some of them are, the level of emotion is, some of them have a very high level of emotion, some of them have a very low level of emotion. I want to discontinue one of the products that was not making money, and my brand manager for that product was almost in tears. Unfortunately, he had worked for the company for 15 years. I've been working with Danko for 3 years. By the time when this discussion happened, I was working there only for 1 year. So this guy said, you can't do it. We have been selling this product in the market for 15 years. And he basically said he will resign if you're going to discontinue one of those products that he was really passionate about. So that's the level of very high motivation some others might not really appreciate. We need to play the game. As marketing professionals, we need to play the game. You can't take out your emotions that will have a direct impact on your performance. You can't forget about the love that you have on the product, but if you do that, you might not be able to get the performance that you want. So now what I do with my finance, unfortunately I have a marketing and finance both teams, what I do is, I have a separate discussion with the marketing teams, keeping the emotions there. So last year, there was a month where we were struggling in Sri Lanka due to a lot of political issues. Our sales were, let's say, in the range of 70 million in one of the channels. So I had a meeting with the teams from that channel to say, okay, how much can we do for this month? So we were looking at different numbers, 60, 70, 50, 80, 90, 90 to the higher side, 40 to the lower side. For a change, I said, shall we give it a try to make 100 million? Well, if I do ask that question with my finance team, they will prove to me how stupid I am as a CEO, how illogical I am as a CEO. Fortunately, it was a marketing team. They said, look here, impossible, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. But we did present it for finance teams to say, look here, we are going to hit 70 million. We have certain things that can be done. If they work well, we might be able to go up to 90 million. 100 million is our dream. Let's give it a try. So the way we presented it was very different. Rather than saying that we are going to do 100 million somehow, which might not be appreciated by a lot of the so-called logical guys, but when you have a lot of logical guys in the organization, it will collapse. Without a doubt, it will collapse. The first step of being a great organization is to have a team who can set a very high target that everyone else thinks is unrealistic. So I think it's the face that you put in. As much as you love your product, if you can come up with some logical arguments, in the case where this gentleman was not agreeing with me to discontinue the product, well, it would have been better to come up and say, look here, this is a great product, it sells well in the market, but if you want to discontinue, I'm sure there are logical reasons. Why can't we take 1 year? Why don't you introduce a similar product? So let's take 1.5 years to slowly do it. I'm sure we don't know what will happen after 1.5 years. So I think some change in the way we put things, some change in the emotions that we show to the other party can make a difference. So my experience at Dankotua had been having marginal profit for last 37 years, but the last year we had the best profit in the history of 37 years with all the troubles that we had, and this year we are doing better. The process came through something very, very basic that we do teach in SEMA called activity-based costing, or what we call product profitability analysis. We went through a process of identifying the T-sets that you see in our showrooms. We went through a process of identifying which products are more profitable, which products are less profitable. We had many months arguing with the teams who had been working there for 15 to 37 years. And then we came to a point where certain logical decisions has to be made without upsetting a lot of emotions. That was the success story at Dankotua. So I think these are few concepts that you got to know. You can't be a marketing professional unless you know the profitability of individual products that you sell, profitability of the individual services that you do sell. Well, for you to do that, as much as you hate all the finance guys, you need them as well. An ultimate objective of the organization is nothing else to make money, so you can take care of your customers, you can take care of your employees, you can do something for the society, you can grow the organization. For that journey, we will need basic concepts like activity-based costing, where we try to identify what the profitability of the individual products are. So there's no discussion. We got to find a way to go into finance and see how well we can play in that area. My experience with the marketing professionals who come in to do case study, some of the people who, from the marketing professionals who come in to do SEMA case study, they'll come and say, Chana, are there heavy finance in SEMA? I'm scared to say yes or no. Certain situations when I say, no, less finance, they say, then it's good, I'll come and do SEMA. Then whole objective of doing another qualification is to learn something as well. The other trouble is SEMAs take an extreme decision in what to teach, where SEMA, even though we call it management accounting, over a period of time, all the hardcore accounting had been taken out. All the hardcore accounting had been taken out. There's an example given of a marketing professional working as a CFO. December, just before Christmas, I recruited someone with engineering background into my finance team. Simply because I thought he has better common sense than most of the people that I have within the organization. I'm scared to recruit anyone with MBA. We get a lot of guys with the 2 MBAs. 1 MBA, I get scared. We don't need anyone like that. What do? I run a matty factory, right? I make plates and sell. How hard it can be. We need guys with a lot of common sense, which is uncommon in this part of the world, but that's what we need. So we need someone who is specialized in one area, may it be finance, may it be marketing, but has a greater understanding on the rest of the areas. So the students who come in to do SEMA, as I said, a lot of marketing guys are joining, and what they see is a new SEMA where a lot of business sense, common sense are discussed. So when you look at the case study, only question that we discuss in the first 3 days is, how can we double the profit of that organization? Whatever the case study is. How can we double the profit of that organization? So is it finance? Who cares? Is it marketing? Who cares? Is it production? Who cares? It's the organization. Different functions will work together to double the profits. So I was asked to touch on this area as well. The journey to be a CEO. Journey to be a CEO. Well, if you have a great technical knowledge in any of the functional areas, that will be a major trouble for you to be a CEO, for anyone to be a CEO. We want someone who has a general understanding about few different functions. Most critical things are whether you can set the culture right of the organization, so everyone will create a growth mindset and set an unrealistic target, go behind that target and achieve 80% of the target and be happy about it. This happened in December. One of my guys who is in the maintenance areas, in the morning he comes when I was with finance guys, marketing guys, we have a common meeting called production and marketing meeting, right? Simply because they don't work together, so we have a meeting to put them together kind of a thing. So this maintenance guys comes and say, so I ordered that machine item that I wanted. I ordered it from, I found a good website. I ordered it from China. So I said, superb, because we were waiting for the items to come from Germany. If you have ordered the same item from China, superb. But his face is a very different face. I said, what happened? He said, I got the items. I said, very good. I know machine is down, right? We are waiting for the items to come from Germany. He said, look here, the items that I ordered are not machine. I said, what to do? He said, I paid for my personal credit card 160,000 rupees and I ordered it on Saturday morning from when I was at my place. So then his first question was, so I can't claim the money now, no, because he ordered on his own, great raw item for the machine and it's not working. So my finance CFO was there. First thing I did was I called the CFO and said, please write a check of 161,000 rupees and give it to this guy. Number one. That's the culture. Unless I do that, he will never ever do anything that he is not sure of. He will never ever try anything new. This 160,000 is absolutely a worth investment. So hereafter, he knows if things goes right, we'll back him. And later, of course, I told him a personal advice. when you bring something from your personal credit card, first of all, claim the money and then tell me it's not working. I mean, when you come and tell me it's not working first, it puts me into a difficult situation. So being a CEO, what is critical is, formal strategy. It doesn't work. If you want to go to a hotel for 2 days and stay, have good food, that's fine. But don't spend a lot of time on the formal. It won't work. Well, the beginning of last year, we wanted to concentrate on American market heavily. Well, in America, they can't buy food, not porcelain now. So you can't have a formal strategy. We shall build a flexible organization who will take logical decisions on everyday basis. That's the organization that will do really well. So that's few things about journey to be a CEO. But my last slide, I'm not sure why we try to be a marketing director. I'm not sure why we try to be a CEO. I think goal for all of us has to be slightly different. Goal for all of us has to be enjoy life. I'm really worried whether we spend the entire life to be a professional and forget to enjoy our life. Now, after being a marketing professional, now we are trying to learn finance as well. It will certainly delay the decision of having little fun. I think what's needed is to have a happy life. Certainly, without a doubt, achievement will not give you the happiness, guaranteed. You're working very hard to get a promotion. You think after the promotion you'll be happy? Never. It's like after O-levels we thought we'll be happy, then became A-levels, then it was university, 100 things. Achievements will never ever give you happiness. Will never ever give you happiness. The first time when I was trying to buy a Jeep, it's a major thing. We were using cars. I thought, wow, that's the achievement of lifetime. It remains there for 10 days. But if achievement is not giving happiness, how does the formula work? Happiness will give you achievements. If you do your job happily, I am sure you will get a promotion. Not that we will get a promotion to be happy. It's an internal decision that we take. And you got to ensure whilst you take a decision to be happy on every day. It's a conscious decision that all of us make every day morning. To say, I'll be happy today, whatever happens. In every bad thing, there'll be a good side. I go to schools and talked about this topic. The last school that I was supposed to go, I left home at about 6:45. It was far away, 65 kilometers. When I was 10 minutes away from the school, there's a call from the principal. I thought principal is going to say, sir, are you there? Are you coming, right? 5 minutes away. He said, the event is cancelled today. Don't come because the Kottash Adhyapana Karyalaya don't come today. I said, look, I've been driving for last 1.5 hours, right? And I decided to be happy. I said, okay, no problem. When you're ready, call me. I called my factory and said, surprise visit, I'm coming back. I covered my old emails there. Well, not that I practice it every time, but we shall try to be happy in a lot of bad things that are happening around. We are having a nice event like this with a full audience when a lot of people died from COVID. There are enough reasons for us to be happy. We have a duty to ensure the people around us are happier, starting with your parents, starting with the husbands, wives that is around. I think everyone needs a package. I think it's there. I think everyone needs a package. My father is a package, 80% great, 20% stupid. Your parents are a package as well. My only request is, don't try to correct that 20%. That's what we try to do generally. We try to correct our mothers. That 20% that you don't like, you try to correct your fathers. 20% that you don't like, husband, wife, that 20% you don't like, forget about that 20%. If you concentrate on that 20%, it becomes 30, it becomes 40. Prashna patavu gahana kya lagya? Guaranteed. You got to realize they are a package. Either you can accept it as a package or forget about it. You can't correct the 20% in anyone. Your partner, how old he is? 35 years? How old she is? 35 years? The parent could not make him a better person for last 35 years. You're going to do it is not worth it. Accept they are as they are. Don't try to correct the 20%. As much as you are a package, as much as I am a package. So my last point is, when we live happily, we don't see a lot of bad things that are happening around. So I want to end with this slide because I wanted to say, look here. Is there another slide just to see? Yeah, I know, stupid question, but I know other slides, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I don't know whether our target should be to be a CEO or marketing director. I don't know. I don't think. Enjoy whatever we do. Enjoy whatever we do. One of the things, I really enjoy being the CEO of the Anko Tour. I really enjoy teaching SEMA. Well, that's all. So, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I hope you will have two different faces, one for your CFO, one for your CEO, and one for your team. I sincerely hope you will set a crazy target at the beginning of the month, beginning of the year, beginning of the day, and achieve most of it and enjoy your life. Thank you very much.